Hi, friends, and welcome to your weeklies. So, I wish, first of all, to all Aries that are still didn't have the birthdays, happy birthday, and to all early Tauruses, happy birthday. Also, Taurus will be getting their monthlies first, so watch out in about a week from now. And lastly, remember that no matter what the date is, if you are here, this is the right time for you to hear it. Anyhow, please enjoy Safi playing Fetch while actually kind of introduce you something that I would really like you to pay attention and to hear. And it's just a little bit of digression. Uh, One viewer of the site, Nancy Knott, actually just published a book. It's called Zany Circus Paradox. This is a story for 8 to 12 years old. In that story, we meet Zandi, Tobilia, and Kadin Zany, who live in a circus and they never go to school. So they are free to play pranks, read books, and hang upside down to their heart's content. The best part of this and why I'm introducing this, and no, I'm not paid for it, is that the book is written for Alexic, which is not mainstream publishing house. It's a small press and is trying to obtain non-for-profit status. Their mission is to promote literacy and a love of reading, particularly for children who struggle to read and children who have dyslexia, people with autism, or anybody with any form of learning difficulties. So most of the work that Nancy does for Alexic is free. So it is an amazing story, an amazing project, and I'm putting a link for the book and more information in the description, so please check it out. And again, I repeat, I'm not paid for it, just supporting this great mission. So if you want to read a copy to your 8 to 12-year-old or want to buy it for a present, please, I would really appreciate that you click on the link and review it. Also, what is in our weeklies? How is Mercury retrograde treating you? Did you see to what happened to Pepsi commercial or to United Airlines, to Sean Spicer's? Yeah, these are all examples of Mercury retrograde making you do the wrong, improper, just a silly thing. Miscommunications and issues with technology will be what we'll be actually experiencing for the rest of the month, so brace yourself. Also, with Mercury retrogrades, you will be dealing with exes, so those that you want and those that you don't want. So please contact me for personal reading to see why they are coming, if they are coming, and if you should keep them. Cat Tarot No Spread, also known as like if your ex is coming back, is now on special for 45. So for more info, check my website www.cattarot.ca. And also, lastly, I started a Facebook page, Cat Tarot News. Check it out because anybody who likes it and follows it will be automatically entered in a draw for 20-minute readings with me. So the link is in the description, so that's all you need to do. So enjoy your weeklies and keep in mind that my monthlies are coming up when the star sign switches its house, so around the 21st. Taurus, you're first, and one promise to you. I won't call the cops and drag you off this channel. Ha ha ha. That's it. Seriously. Let's go. Hi, Saggies. Welcome to your weekly. So let's see what are these last 2 weeks in April bringing for you. And and just if any of this basically is in particular resonating with you, it would be good for you to kind of contact me for a private reading. So, Saggies, what's on the bottom of your deck? Sky Tom. Something swift ideas, something moving really, really fast. Maybe generating new ideas, maybe communicating new ideas, maybe finally catching the bird. Maybe you had your sight on something from the past and now it's going to be the time. Because Mercury retrograde is really good for the projects that come from the past to kind of like refresh them, renew them, including reconciliations. So what is the other deck saying? Whoa. 10 of Wands reversed. So this was a heavy burden, like you had some kind of really, really heavy burden in your life and you're deciding to drop it. And even here you are getting out of cold. Lovely. But there are still some things that kind of like need to kind of like be recharged about some secrets, but this is really good. I really like the start. So let's go right into it. So you kind of like left Earth Queen in the past position, something that's from the past coming to the present. And Carol Bolton, no, I'm not saying Sagittarius are bad. Sagittarius are good and there are bad Sagittarius. They're like bad people who are dealing with Sagittarius, and some Sagittarius are bad as well. So, giving that this is general reading, I just want to make it clear. This can kind of like be both ways. So if I say you, that means could be your partner as well. So here it could be you, that you kind of like took on the flavor of this Earth Queen, that you were sort of like very reliable, dependable, building things, kind of luxury oriented, and somebody just messed up your nest, or you were messing up somebody's nest, or maybe it was another woman or a man that interfered with you, because this is basically a card of collaboration, as you can tell. But you know, this way is sort of okay, the teamwork is not there. Yeah, I think it was somebody, because this shows about pinning for a loved one, shows about having that kind of knot in the stomach and still wanting that person, but not going toward that person. If that makes any sense. Sort of like going through a whole bunch of nightmares. Really, energy that is not really nice. You know, you go to bed thinking about issues, and if it's not a person, it's like about the perfect mate, because this kind of like also can talk about wife or husband, or maybe you're getting divorced, maybe this commitment is getting broken, something is kind of finishing and it's weighing heavily on your mind, and you feel you have been patient, you feel you pay your dues, and now it's kind of like really have to be the time where things are paying off. So there you go, there is a King of Pentacles, where kind of like, yeah, some kind of decision has been made to, at least in your head, to kind of like either kind of go towards someone who you want to really pair with, or become somebody that you will feel strong and powerful and accomplished. So this was interesting here, because you had Sky King and Fire Queen. So very rational, very fair, kind of like, look, I've been there, done that, and you know what, but you know, kind of like making these quick decisions, being very logical, and this is what basically is a method of thinking when you really want to separate yourself from emotions, because nobody can be really that kind of like, you know, cold, because it's crossing you. You want to be emotional, you really want to experience all these emotions. It's kind of like, looks like you're a thorn between your head and your heart, and yeah, you're holding back, you're trying to balance, and you're trying to cut through the truth. So that will be the King of Sky, cutting through it, and cutting through, or maybe cutting off a bad relationship, bad romance, as Lady Gaga says, or maybe something is not going forward. This also could mean that you had to give up a relationship, or somebody gave you up in the name of something being protected, or or somebody couldn't be with you, you couldn't be with someone, you know. It, like you see, there is the kitty that wants the fish and the mouse, but you cannot get to it, so which one do you want? You know, it's kind of being lost. We see playing a chess, really. So it's kind of like, should be maybe a decision to sever something in the end, and in the end it looks like the head will win. So what is like weighing heavily on your mind? Again, look, you have this one Ace of Sea, sort of like it's something that has died, or something that, you know, you want to happen and it's not happening. A romance, yeah, it's considering your marriage, it's considering something that is bringing the ultimate happiness, kind of like this long-term relationship with Queen of Swords. Something didn't happen that you really hope for, something really moving to the next level in a permanent relationship with somebody also very logical. Maybe this is why you're taking this logical stand, and like, I mean, you have to figure out why is it you don't want it when this is like so heavily on your mind. And I think this is what's creating this kind of like, short circuit for you, because for some reason probably you're thinking that it's either something you cannot handle, or it could be vice versa, that somebody cannot handle you, and yet there's this desire to be there. However, you are loosening up this whole kind of like sky energy, the sword energy, and you're kind of becoming playful. But this can also mean, because you had the basically sky Tom, then you have a sky kitten, then you have a sky king, and here you have sky queen, literally the entire family. So it could be that it was the matter of some kind of like family issue. It could be a child, somebody who is very kind of like inquisitive. But this sentence talk about, especially because my Mercury retrograde is really acting up. So let's see how long is this going to last. This is talking about possible social media spying. This is talking about just please check your password. Better yet, to kind of change them and make sure that you write them down somewhere, because you will never be able to find it. And also talking about looking up, that things can get better. Yeah, here you have again Queen of Wands. Where did we have it? We had it here, crossing her here, and now she's showing up. This could be you. This could be somebody spying on you. This could be you kind of like taking everything lightly, so you're not being fully kind of the charismatic Sag that you can be. It's more or less being just operating on a level of, I'm just skin deep, I'm just going to seduce you, and let's see where this goes. Yeah, and it's the Emperor reversed. Yeah, because you see, it almost looks like it's a couple that is not a couple, but somehow, there is a connection in between, sort of a thing, because you see, this is the Emperor. He is the king of kings. You see, you have pentacles, swords, chalices, and wands, and he is also kind of like not really stable. So maybe you feel that your stability is shaken down, and that everything that you have been going through, or that has been done to you, or that you did to the others. Yes, girl. I'm sorry, I have to pick on you. It's kind of like taking its toll, and right now you are really, well, for the lack of the better word, spying or exploring everything before jumping in, because deep inside of you, you still feel Nine of Sky. Oh my gosh, did we not have this Knight of Sky here? Well, the nightmares, here we go. Yeah, I know that we did. Look, repetition. So how much nightmare? It was something in the past that is still kind of lingering on you, and yeah, it's making you really unhappy. And it's something about somebody took somebody for granted. Somebody almost looks like that somebody was bored and played with you, or you feel that you're being played, or maybe you did some actions that other people interpreted that way and walked away, because you see, this is kind of rejecting offers, and nothing is making you happy right now. It's again, feeling that sadness. On the outside, your environment, your friends, your co-workers are seeing you as 3 of Wands reversed. So it's kind of something, you're still not yourself. It is a fire kind of card, and here would be, look, I'm jumping up, but here it is like, I'm still not going forward. I'm not ready, even though, yeah, this is, you're not ready. You're still thinking about somebody from the past. Here you have 6 of Cups. It was somebody from the past that you really hoped to build something. You really looked forward to like that ultimate happiness and marriage and celebration, or you are finishing something from the past. You are maybe breaking off a relationship, or somebody's breaking off with you, and there is still a cleansing going on, or you're returning back or hoping that somebody from your past who did that to you will somehow come back, that kind of the ship will turn around and come to you. So your hopes and fears are, well, you're a little paralyzed. You are, deer in the headlight kind of a thing. Earth kitten is at the best of times, slowly building kind of things and friendships and everything. And it's so not your energy, Sagis. Now, on the other hand, you're convincing yourself that you're a winner when you know very well, like there are two people around here. It's not going to happen. And it's kind of like hard to charge ahead. You're still kind of like standing in a spot. So by the end of the 2 weeks, there might be some kind of messages, but they will happen the very, very last moment. Or it could be in the beginning of May, the first few days while we still have Mercury retrograde, because this would be fast communication. Look at this Speedy Gonzalez over here. And Speedy Gonzalez is like not so fast, or it's going to come falling back on his back with 6 of Wands. So sort of like you maybe feel that the communication you have might not be, communication where you would kind of like win. And again, it talks about slow down. It talks about altogether some, and we are back to the beginning. So it's almost like you are recycling this. You started with I have to be patient, and you're finishing you have to be patient, kind of a motive. And Sagittarius, this is not about winning, and it's not about losing. It's about finding yourself and healing yourself. And it's just like if I can advise, it would be like, who the heck is this? Did somebody rejected you? Did you reject somebody else? Just think about it. It's Mercury retrograde. It is time for the new beginnings, and kind of try to acknowledge what you did wrong, and try to see if other person can acknowledge the same, because it's always kind of like two people. It's never one. So when I was shuffling cards, I had 3 poppers. So getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. You see, that's about, patience is good, but you have to kind of start building things, and you have to allow yourself to be vulnerable. It is really hard for you, Sagis, because I see this attraction is there with someone, and you are overall attractive, but it looks like you just have eyes for just like one person, or this could be even 2 people here, that you're cleaning one and there's another one that doesn't want you, like kind of like a messy. And maybe this is why you're turning so kind of like winter cold, that you're trying to find sense out of it. And it says, however, clearly decide what you want so it can come to you now very soon. So Sagittarius, these 2 weeks is going to be a lot of cleaning, lots of going back, figured out why you're not able to charge ahead. Figure it out who is still on your mind and why. And please leave me your comments. Love you all. Love you, Carol. Take care.